Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome back to another Builds For You video, and this is Jack, created by Baked Zinger on the gallery, and Jack is an aspiring scientist who loves to stay active so the bullies won't mess with him. He is saving up 150,000 simoleons to purchase a lab/retail store. He wants to sell his experiments and he wants to live above it. He loves the colors blue and green and would prefer his lab to be secret or hidden. I've been so pumped to do this build. Jack's been on the gallery for a while, so thank you so much, Baked Zinger, for creating him and letting me build him a lab and just sharing it with me. Sorry it's taken a while, but hopefully he has saved up the money now to be able to purchase this. So you guys should totally go check them out on the gallery, and they have some really nice builds on there, and I think you guys would enjoy it. So let's get started. Anyways, I decided to build in Magnolia Promenade and give him a proper store. I originally had it in my mind that I should build it in Oasis Springs in the desert part of it. And I don't know why that is, but I always associate scientist sims and anything to do with that nature within this game to do with the desert. I think I have like this kind of Area 51 thing in my mind about people like driving out to the desert and like hunting for aliens. I don't know, maybe they're out at Joshua Tree. I just have like this weird thing in my mind about it. So I decided, since Jack is saving up so much money, he probably is going to want a proper store, and he's probably going to want it to look nice, and I don't think he fits the stereotype that I have in my head for scientist sims in the game. So I gave him this really nice store. It looks pretty modern and kind of a little bit futuristic. I think it looks cool, and I don't know, I didn't base it off of any existing building or any reference photos. I just kind of started building, and this is what I came up with, and I think it looks really cool, and hopefully Jack will like it. Hopefully he can have fun experimenting here and living here and everything. But one thing that I would recommend for retail stores, if you do decide to download this off the gallery and you're not wanting to live here, is to lock the doors to the upstairs, and even if you are going to live here, lock the doors to the upstairs and to the basement, obviously, just so you don't have customers wandering around into areas you don't want them to, because otherwise you're going to have your customers or your employees in your house, and that obviously wouldn't be ideal. And that's definitely one thing I noticed when I first get to work and I owned a store, which, I've only ever owned what do you call it? Oh, my brain. Every time I get on here, I swear, my brain does not work, and I forget every single word I've ever learned in my life, and I just have a mush inside my head. Anyway, so, I've only ever owned an art gallery. That's what it is. Such a hard word to remember, right? I've only ever owned an art gallery, and should probably, play around a little bit more with retail stores. I've visited retail stores, and I've visited retail stores, and I've built retail stores, but haven't done much owning them myself. But one thing I would definitely recommend is locking doors. But if you're just going to place this in your world for somewhere to visit, you still might want to delete the doors or have somebody in your world own it and then lock it and then just don't play with them anymore, because otherwise when you go to visit the store, at least that bothers me with restaurants and things, when I've put in somewhere for people to live, and then you have the customers and stuff or the employees walking around this house. For me, it just doesn't really make any sense. So it's just something I would recommend. And another thing I'd recommend if you do download this is to turn on move objects, which you should probably do anytime you download anything from the gallery, whether it's from me or anybody else, just in case. That way things are going to be most likely placed where they're supposed to be, because I use move objects, and a lot of other people do too, especially people that build for YouTube. But anyways, that's just a little tip that I forget to say, just in case you're not aware. But I'm sure if you watch these channels, you're plenty aware of move objects. But so I'm just getting things sorted out. I'm kind of thinking about the interior as well, as I build the exterior, so I really have enough room, and the stairs are placed where I want them to be, and just kind of getting that all sorted out in my mind. So the laboratory is downstairs. Of course, it is hidden. Not downstairs, it's in the basement. And I thought that was pretty good. I could have made it still hidden, and it could have been on the regular, above the basement level, but I figured that the basement was the best place to have it for it being secret, and plus you have the entire basement level to expand if you ever want to make the lab bigger or do anything else down there. So I thought that was really good to have. And I built a little garden area right here, which I thought was just kind of nice, especially for making things in some of the like what do you call those? Kind of a potion experiments that you can do on one of the lab tables require some plants and things. So I thought that was good. And I did actually plant some plants in here. Now, that leads me to a rule that I broke. A rule that I have for myself when I started this series was not to use any game cheats. So any unlockable cheats, and I went a little bit crazy with them. And initially I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to use any debug items. I wasn't going to use any career unlocks. But yeah, I did not stick with that whatsoever. So hopefully that doesn't bother you, Baked Zinger. But I mean, if you download this, any of you, and you decide that you want to unlock everything on your own, you can obviously delete them and fill the store with other things that don't have to be unlocked. But I just couldn't help myself. I actually started building this one night, and I was like, nope, I'm not going to use any unlocks. I'm not going to cheat anything. And then when I came back to it this morning, actually, I was like, nope, I'm going to do it. I have to. It's too good of an opportunity and too perfect of a build to be able to use, you know, debug items and career unlockables. So sorry about that. I think I'm more apologizing to myself because that was a rule that I set for myself, because I wanted to leave it for you guys in your own gameplay to play how you want to. And so on most of these, I won't, probably on all of the rest of them, unless it's another community lot like this, I won't use any unlockables unless it's specified probably in the description. But yeah, I just could not help myself, and the store would be so empty without it, or just have weird things that don't really make sense to sell in this kind of store. So yeah, that's what I did. And as you may have noticed, I pulled out a couple of mannequins, and I pulled out 2 adult female and 2 adult male mannequins. I didn't do any kids. I mean, I probably could have, but yeah, I decided not to. I gave each of the male and female mannequins like one of those space alien suits. I thought that was kind of cool. Maybe you come to this store and pick up a suit if you were ever going to go to Sim or something. Maybe you need one of those to travel there. I don't know. I would have also liked to use some of the career outfits and stuff that you unlock with like the astronaut career or unlock with the scientist career. But yeah, I didn't do that. But I think that would be a really cool thing to have in the store as well. And then the other outfits I gave them was just kind of rugged outfits with like boots and stuff. I thought that maybe if you're going out and hiking around Area 51 hunting for aliens, it's something you would wear for that. I don't know. I just had way too much fun with this. Obviously, this is totally up my alley. It's one of my favorite kind of builds to do, is things to do with science sims. I mean, a lot of you guys are new to my channel and may not know how much of a science nerd I am, but I am a total science nerd, and I love the science career, and the whole science stuff in the game is one of my favorite aspects of it. And yeah, I just can't help myself. If you haven't seen it, I built a scientist apartment and went a little crazy with debug items in that one as well, and kind of talked about my science nerdum in that as well. But it's in my playlist for my apartment renovations if you are interested in that and haven't seen it. But yeah, a long time ago, before I ever started my channel, I actually built this one lot. It was actually a renovation of Johnny Zest's trailer that's out in the desert part of Oasis Springs. I redid his trailer. It still looks kind of like, I mean, a movable thing, but it's more permanent structure. And then I built 2 like caravans out in the desert, and they're like, I don't know, I kind of thought that these people like drove in here, camped out. They're like, I don't know, I keep saying Area 51 just because that's what's in my mind from like, you know, pop culture of people hunting for aliens. But they're parked out by Area 51 out in the desert, and they're living out there. You know, they're looking up at the skies, they're looking for clues, and there's alien hunters. I think I named it like Alien Hunters something on the gallery. I don't remember exactly, but if you're interested, go check it out. It's on there, and it's one of my favorite lots. It's pretty cool. And originally I was gonna go with these like super futuristic toilets, and yeah, changed my mind later on and give them regular toilets. I would have kept them, but they're like 900 simoleons a piece, and thought that, you know, that money could be better spent other ways instead of ridiculous toilets in the store. So, but these are just like customer bathrooms or employee bathrooms. I didn't actually make anywhere for the employees to hang out, just because, I don't know, they just won't hang out in it. They won't have like lunch breaks or anything, so I just didn't find it necessary. But I didn't take up the entire lot. There's still plenty of space on either side of the building if you wanted to expand and make somewhere for the employees. And actually on the exact opposite side of the building from this is an area that I just kind of cluttered with storage that you could probably expand outwards and make sort of a, I don't know, something for the employees to hang out in. But yeah, so I really like how I stuck that shelf into the counters behind the retail counter. I think that looks really cool, and it actually looks like it's meant to be built into it. At least in my opinion, I think it looks really nice, but I don't know. Oh, and I use these statues. I stick them up on these like pokey out bits of the building, and I thought that that was kind of cool. There's just astronaut statues with a little freezer bunny thing next to it. I just thought it looked cool. I don't know. Hopefully you guys like this. I just had way too much fun with this build, honestly. I was loving every second of it, and I don't know, love it. And one thing that's really weird about these shelves, there's like a bazillion slots available on the very bottom and like none on the other ones. I don't know why shelves are so weird in this game, but they are. So if you're wondering why I'm like throwing a bunch of them on there and then moving them up and then deleting them, it's because I need to fill up all the slots so they weren't automatically snapping into there, so I could use move objects to place them. But I started to decorate that, and then I was like, I should go up to the apartment and make sure I don't spend too much money decorating the store, so I make sure I can give him a proper apartment and a proper laboratory. So I go through and do all that stuff first, but I mean, obviously right now I'm just doing the floor planning of it all. But yeah, I thought that it was pretty necessary, so I didn't spend too much money down in the actual store, because otherwise I would have probably, yeah, I don't know, spent too much money and not had enough to give him everything that I thought he should have in, yeah, both these parts. But since his favorite colors are blue and green, I go for more of green in his apartment and then blue in the store, obviously. And just kind of, yeah, I really appreciated that you included his favorite colors, because it helps me out a lot when thinking about things for the interior and what to go with, yeah, decorating wise. But that couch right there that I just placed in that green color, I loved it. When I was looking at the color swatches, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's probably going to be like entirely that color with like white pillows, and it was exactly the opposite. Green was really subtle and was mostly a white couch, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I've ever used that color swatch before. I've just been like so into that couch lately. I don't know why. I think it's because of the pillows. I just really wish we had more throw pillows, or any throw pillows actually, or more couches with pillows on them. It's just something that bothers me a lot for some reason. But yeah, so I'm just kind of getting it all situated out. The kitchen, dining, and living rooms all one area in this apartment. And he has a stereo, video game console. He has, yeah, plenty of places to sit down. And you know what's something that's funny? I did forget the refrigerator up here, and it's the second time I've done that in one of these Builds For You videos, and I don't know why it's happening to me. I don't know why. It's such a basic, common, everyday item that anyone would have in a kitchen, unless they're lived before, you know, refrigerators were ever invented. Even then, they would have some sort of drying rack or somewhere to place their food to keep it fresh. I don't know why I'm forgetting them. It's really weird. But yeah, when I go into play test it and I realize he can't get any food, I place one. So yeah, if you're concerned about it, yeah, you'll see it in the screenshots. There's a refrigerator, and he also has a refrigerator in his in the basement as well, just so he could spend more time down there. And yeah, I end up putting the refrigerator where I put the sink, and then I just move the sink over by the stove and just kind of rearrange things just a tiny bit. So it's basically looks just like this, but there's a refrigerator. And yeah, it's so annoying. I don't know why that happens. Somebody pointed it out, and I think it wasn't my last Build For You, was it? No, it wasn't my last one. It was like the one before it. And somebody's like, nice build, but you forgot the refrigerator. And I was like, no, that's never happened to me before. I actually was watching Pineapples. She's doing like this super awesome collab you guys should totally watch. If you don't watch Pineapples' channel, go watch her. Go find the collab that she's doing with all these amazing simmers. But on her first townhouse that she built, she actually forgot a refrigerator. And the whole time I was like, no, Penelope, refrigerator, get a refrigerator, put it in there. And it's funny because she just did another build where I think she almost forgot to upload it without a refrigerator or something like that. It's just funny when that stuff happens. It's entertaining to me. But anywho, hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. I am recording this voiceover on Saturday. And yeah, I just uploaded a video, my first ever current household video. So if you haven't watched that, go watch it. I just uploaded it on Friday, I think, or Saturday morning. Did I upload it this morning? I don't know, I scheduled it, so I think it came out this morning. But if you haven't watched it, go watch it. And give me your feedback, because I wasn't really sure what to do for it, and since I can't really record gameplay and run my recording software at the same time, I did it a little bit differently, so hopefully you guys liked it. And yeah, give me your feedback, please. I would really appreciate it. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I don't have any plans. I do have to write a paper, and it's due on Tuesday, and then I have the rest of the week off because I am going to be on spring break, which is really nice. I'm very happy about that, but I am baking like a breakfast casserole right now, and I can smell it, and it smells so good. It has, I'm blind, so I can't read the timer, but I think it has 13 minutes left, so hey, I'm so excited to, have that. I have so many eggs right now because my husband's been getting fresh eggs from his boss, and then like right when he got like 2 dozen eggs from his boss, and then I had just bought a dozen of eggs, so we have like 3 dozen of eggs in the house. I'm like, what am I gonna do with all these eggs? So I'm like, I guess I would bake some sort of breakfast dish. So yeah, that should be pretty good. I don't know why I'm talking to you guys about my baking, but that's a little bit weird. Anyways, this hallway right here is just storage. I didn't really know what to do with it, but it's the area that I mentioned that you could probably expand to make some sort of, I don't know, employee hangout area or break room type thing. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. And the lab is so cool. So down here in the lab area, there is a bathroom, and there's like an office and sort of kind of like a break room. There's like a refrigerator with a microwave and a coffee pot. So you could spend like all day down here and not have to worry about running upstairs to eat or use the bathroom or anything. You would just have to go upstairs when it was time to go to sleep. So I thought that that made the most sense. And yeah, then there's this big room that has all the lab equipment, which this is the main reason I decided to use the the career unlockables, because I was like, well, you know, he's actually in the tech guru career right now, and he won't unlock the scientist stuff till later on. And yeah, so I was like, I'm not gonna be able to put all the cool science equipment in there if he doesn't have them unlocked. So yeah, that was my main reason for doing that. But this is his office. I ended up getting rid of one of those bookcases and putting a weight machine in here, because I didn't have room to build like an entire gym just the way I built the exterior. And I mean, he could probably put a gym down here. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, he could probably put a whole gym down here. But anyways, I put a weight machine in his office down here, and then I put a punching bag up in his room. So he does have places to exercise, but I mean, he's not going to stay on this lot his entire life. He's going to travel to other things, I'm sure. So he probably will get a gym membership and go travel to the gym to exercise too. But yeah, I thought it was a good way to blow off some steam. Maybe he's getting frustrated with some experiment that's not working quite right, or something explodes in his face. I don't know, because that's one of the things I really enjoy about them, like making the experiments and things blowing up in their faces. It's hilarious. And now I was gonna put these security cameras all over the place, but they're just really expensive, so I just end up putting one above the stairs down to the basement, just to see if anybody's traveling up there. You know, keep an eye on things, make sure nobody, if you forgot to lock the door or something, nobody's wandering down into your cellar, because yeah, I don't know, you might be doing some shady stuff down here you don't want other people to know about. And yeah, I thought this came together really nicely. I think it looks pretty cool. I had lots of fun decorating it, and as you can see, I threw a bunch of other items and stuff into the actual laboratory area, things that I wanted to remember to use. And I don't end up keeping the cloning machine just because there really wasn't space for it. I mean, obviously I had all the room in the world to expand, but I didn't want to spend all of the money, so I tried to be a little bit more conscious about that. Because since he is saving up $150,000 to buy the place, I wanted him to have like an extra $5,000 to, you know, resupply things, eat, and go out and enjoy his life and stuff. So I didn't want to spend the entire budget. But oh, you know what really bothers me? And like, I don't mean to like be all complaining or anything, but something I think we should probably get is a reasonable sized telescope and a reasonable sized microscope. Why do we have just these like giant contraptions? They're cool, I like them, but they're not practical for every build. Like, I would probably put like a telescope in most of the houses I built if it was just a regular sized telescope. And if you had a regular like countertop microscope, I don't know why we don't have that. It's just weirdest thing to me. I hope that we get that eventually. I don't know what it would come with, but it'd be really nice if they included it. Like, I think all those things came with base game. So I think they probably should have, with Get to Work, maybe included some normal size things. I don't know. Hopefully that'll happen eventually. But yeah, it's just something that's always kind of irritated me ever since I got the game. It's not like the biggest deal in the world, but I feel like there should be a little bit more variety. But yeah, so now I'm back into the store, and I think I include most of my decorating in here. I may have cut out some of it. I think I cut out just a little bit of it because I spent a lot of time scrolling through the catalog and looking through the different items and things, and yeah, but I think I included most of it. I didn't really feel the need to cut out too much out of this build. But yeah, just kind of go through and decorate everything, and I don't know. But obviously when he starts experimenting, he'll probably want to delete some of this stuff and put his experiments up there. I was going to put some of the like experiments, but they just showed up as empty beakers and stuff, and I didn't think that really made any sense to just have empty beakers. Unless you are like a science supply store, then that makes sense. I don't know. It's just how I decided to do things. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this build, and stay tuned for the screenshots, and hopefully you enjoy those, and hopefully you guys like this build in general. And thank you so much, Baked Zinger, for letting me create this for you. I really enjoyed it a lot, so definitely go check them out on the gallery. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright, bye!